Shalom, Kohalayim La, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great Muslim who rule well for teaching me the truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, nearby and scattered abroad. Peace, love, and blessings. Chaya here, coming back at you with another video through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Just going into the nutritional aspect, in this truth, man, because and I kind of went off on a tangent on it at a camp this past weekend, and maybe another weekend as well too, about how important nutrition is, you know what I'm saying, even in this ministry, man, because you don't want to keep eating the same old bullshit that you was eating from the world. You don't want to eat those things in the truth no more, man. Now, on my pages, I've been going, mostly plant-based and things of that nature. I only eat meat here and there. Like last week, I had a little thing of chicken or whatever the case, and I still felt fine after the fact. Okay, because we have need of balance, man. And prior to that, I didn't have any animal products in 2 months prior. So it's one of those, and that's how we was eating in the ancient world too. Most of our diet consisted of vegetation, man. If we did have any meat or animal products, it was rare, man. Okay, we wasn't eating that stuff like that. On top of that, not to go too deep into it, but the stuff now, man, it's overly processed, man. It's ultra processed. Okay, and the animals, you know what I'm saying, like they got different hormones going through their bodies prior to being slaughtered. All right, so they're scared. So there's a whole bunch of toxins and proteins and things of that nature that gets different signals that get sent out through their body or whatever the case, and it could be toxic to humans. All right, so that's why we shouldn't be consuming and stuff like that. All right, not as much as we normally do, but that's not what I wanted to talk about today. So I found this video also sometime last week. All right, this guy, I'm gonna play a little bit of the video. And he's a cab driver. I think he's in New York, some part of New York. But he's a cab driver, and he's a raw vegan. All right, he's a raw vegan bodybuilder. Okay, so I want y'all to listen to some of the stuff he's talking about, and just kind of take notes and things of that nature. And you know what I'm saying? Like try even if it's just for a month, try the plant-based lifestyle. No animal products, just for 1 month. If you don't like it, leave it alone.
Of stupid common myths today. For those of you who think all raw foodies are skinny and wonder if it's possible for a raw vegan to pack on bodybuilder muscle and that it costs lots of money and you need to spend every day in the gym.
You see the way this man is walking? He's walking like a damn giant already. And this is from so far away, man.
Meet Danny Dalton, a humble, simple cab driver who has almost no money for food, hasn't eaten meat in years, and only eats raw, uncooked fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds.
Only at 53.
Danny became a raw vegan in 2002.
Oh, this is my apartment. It's very simple. I'm very poor. I'm just a cab driver in Las Vegas. And the main point...
Excuse me, it was Las Vegas, not New York. I don't know, for some reason, when I hear the word cab or cabbie, I think in New York or whatever. But yeah, so he's based out in Vegas.
Understand here is that I don't have a lot of money. I don't use supplements. I eat nothing but raw fruits, vegetables, and nuts. And if I can get big...
See, look at that form, man. And all of this was just from him being raw vegan. Okay? All of this was from him being raw vegan, which I have absolutely no intention of doing raw vegan. Okay? Because according to, some of these plant-based, physicians, they say that if you, cook or steam like certain vegetables, you get certain other nutrients out of those vegetables. So I'm more of like, I'm like half raw and half cooked veggies and stuff like that. Just eating, I just think eating a raw potato is fucking ridiculous. I'm not doing it. But you get the point.
If I can afford it, then you can too.
What do you eat?
Well, basically, whatever I feel like, as long as it's in the plants category, fruits, vegetables, and nuts. My main supplement, my main staple for protein, believe it or not, is raw Spanish peanuts. I get them at the grocery store by my house, and I called the president of the company in North Carolina to verify that they will sprout. The other ones that I've seen available online are so darn expensive. It's ridiculously expensive. This is raw Spanish peanuts with raisins, and I put peaches and papayas and mangoes in there sometimes.
So how do you make this?
I put it in the food processor. You just drop the raw Spanish peanuts into your food processor. Raisins. Organic if you can. And by the way, I hate to say this because I know organic is the whole world of goodness when it comes to raw food. But anything, even if it's not organic, is 100% better than cooked. So right now, because I'm just a cab driver, I can't really afford organic all the time. I'm doing the best I can. And, my whole agenda is about being able to stay focused on raw is the key. It's not always organic, and I would if I could afford it. I'm really kind of scared that I'm going to get some illness.
All right, I want to find the part where he's talking about how often he exercises. I think this is it right here, like around right here.
I went completely raw and I lost 50 pounds, and my own mother,
completely raw vegan, lost 50 pounds.
she was begging me to get off the diet because she was scared of how I looked. I couldn't even look in the freaking mirror. It was horrible. And then I stayed raw for about 2 years, year and a half, 2 years. And
so what happened when you went raw? Did you lose all kinds of weight and become a twig?
Yes.
So everything that everybody says is true. You lose all this weight and then you have trouble gaining it back.
It depends on how toxic you were before you started, but as a generality, yes, because most of us go raw because we're desperate and we have some kind of illness or some kind of health condition where we're not happy, we're sluggish, whatever. And the weight's going to fall. There's no way around that. I mean, that's part of your body cleaning itself out and getting more balance, more flexibility. And without balance and flexibility, your muscles can't be what they optimally will become.
So you went through this phase where you freaked out and said, "Oh no, am I ever going to gain weight? Is this ever?"
Oh God, yes, I was scared. Oh my God, I don't even.
You see, so because I heard that too. Like, once you start going plant-based or vegan, whatever the case is, you lose a lot of weight. You lose a lot of muscle mass and so on and so forth. But you see, the thing is, and I think this is only a part of what discourages a lot of people from switching over to a more plant-based, diet and things of that nature is you got to remember, like the body, even though our bodies are very intelligent, you know what I'm saying? Our bodies are very intelligent, but it does take a while, like it's a process to switch over from eating mostly meats and animal products in general to eating, mostly plants. All right. Your body is going to take some time, adjusting to it. And I think when you look it up, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks, for your body to, if you've been, eating animal products for a long time, of course, I think it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for your body and your digestive tract to, get on board with plant-based nutrition, So in 4 to 6 weeks, that's fair time. 4 weeks, that's like a month, so that's a month and like 2 weeks, man. That's not a long time at all. Okay, but what? You gotta give it a chance. You gotta give your body a chance to adjust, man. You got some of these, animal product influencers out here like, I went raw vegan for 1 week and I hate vegetables and that's just not a sustainable lifestyle. It's going to take longer than 7 days to adjust to really anything. Okay? So it's like, once again, just give it a chance. Just, give it a month, you know what I'm saying, and some change and see how you like it, man. Because look, like this man he's a monster, man. I mean that in a good way, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like he's built, And I think this is the part where he starts talking about how often he works out.
Yes, I hate thinking about it. You're scaring me. I'm thinking back, and that's right. That was really scary. I could not look in the mirror. Everybody looked at me, and they thought I had cancer or something. But a part of me knew. I could feel it. I could feel it. The reason you stay on it is because there's an urgent biological need to be healthy. Your body talks to you. And I mean, sure, you lose weight, but you're becoming a different person. You know, I mean, don't be afraid of losing the weight. Embrace it. But see, that's the other thing. You can feel yourself getting stronger, even though maybe it may not be stronger physically initially. But to tell the truth, I really never got weaker. I just looked weaker.
Yes.
Right. That's another thing too that I've heard a lot of individuals who switched over from animal-based to plant-based diets. They said that their strength was retained. For the most part, their strength was retained because you got to be smart about how you do it, man. Like if you just eating kale and arugula and just the leafy greens all the time, then no, you're not gonna pack on. You're not gonna have any strength in general. That's why you gotta resort to the beans, the rice, and things of that nature. The mushrooms, the chickpeas, whatever. Well, that's a bean, but you get the point. Okay, you gotta resort to the starchy vegetables and things of that nature, and have everything in synchronicity, man. All right, I think I said that right. Synchronicity. All right, but everything has to be synchronized, man. Everything has to work together. Okay, because you can get more than enough, of the protein that your body is used to. Like when you was eating animal-based, you can get that on a plant-based diet as well too. Okay. Again, look at this, man. He's built. All of that is plant-based muscle.
And you went through what most people went through in that you say, I don't believe this. And then part of you gives up, and then you start trying healthy food again.
And your mind plays tricks on you. You start to rationalize that, hey, this isn't working. I am not meant to live on just plants. I mean, I'm meant to be an opportunistic omnivore, eating plants and meat, So
what happened?
I started to get bigger. I went up to about 170 from 150 after about a year and a half. And then...
So he went up 20 pounds after a year and a half. All right, he went up 20 pounds. All right, and you gotta remember too, because this goes back to genetics. Now, I don't know what nationality he is by any means. It doesn't matter. He could be a Jake, he could be Esau, or some other nation. Whatever he is, you gotta remember that genetics play a huge part in building muscle, burning fat. Your metabolism. Genetics play a huge part, man. And for the most part, concerning Jake, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, our people, for the most part, overall, our genetics are better than everybody else's on the world. This is scientifically proven. Okay, so overall, our genetics are way better. So us, putting on muscle is really almost like a one-shot deal, man. And I remember being, 16, 17, 18 years old, lifting weights at school, and I was putting on muscle in just a matter of months, man. Okay? But all the food and the bullshit that I was eating over time has hindered that process a lot. Okay? So that's why it's important to, once again, treat your temple with some type of respect. And after I get to the part, because I don't want to say how many days a week he works out. I think the part is coming up, so Salaka, just bear with me. And then I'm going to jump into some scriptures.
I decided to eat a pizza. And the people that I hung out with at the raw cafes, were very, very shocked that I would eat a pizza. And then I went maybe another 3 months, and then I just plain fell off the wagon. I did. And it was nothing. It was my own fault, because even though I was detoxified to a degree of health that was better than I'd had in years, I became weak, and then I went off the diet completely after eating one or two of those pizzas, which has been my favorite food since I was a little kid. And then the nightmares started happening a few years later. I got prostatitis, which is an infection in the prostate. It was very painful, very difficult to go to the bathroom. Your prostate enlarges, it squeezes it keeps you from going it just ruins your life, is the bottom line. So at any rate, then shortly after that, I got a kidney stone that was so big, I slowly starting to get back, because I never did. As a result, over time, that intentionally did become. When I got out, I decided to go vegan. I went vegan for about 7 months, and then I started getting pains again. And I went back to the doctor, and there was still another kidney stone left over. And that's when I decided I'm going all raw. I was raw to being a vegan. There is a way to, prospecting it. Work out only twice a week for about 3 hours. To eat living food to get life. That's the bottom line.
Another big myth is people think to get this big, you have to work out at the gym every day.
I work out only twice a week for about 3 hours each time I work.
He works out only twice a week for 3 hours. Twice a week for 3 hours, okay? And which, if I'm being perfectly honest, this makes sense because our bodies need to rest, okay? Our bodies definitely need to rest. This is why intermittent fasting is important too. Okay, because, and I was watching a video earlier today, one of the physicians was talking about it. Our gut microbiome, when we fast, we're giving it a rest. We're giving it a break. All right, so from not just the time you're sleeping, because you don't want to eat and go to sleep, but from the time you stop eating, let's say around 6, 7 o'clock, okay, to the time you go to sleep, no food, you're working on your digestion, and you're going into a fasted state, right? And then the whole time you sleep, maybe 6, 7, 8, maybe even 9 hours and stuff like that. So all right, that's some of your fasting window right there. And then the next time you eat might not be until, like, I don't know, 11 a.m. or 12 in the 12 noon. Okay, so when you're fasting for that long, you're giving your body a chance to heal and digest, and you know what I'm saying, like you get your bowel movement going. Then it's the same thing with working out. When you working your muscles and things of that nature, okay? You pump, like you after you finish a workout, because remember, when you start exercising, your cortisol levels goes up, your adrenaline goes up, okay? So you're stressing your body out because you're putting your body in this makeshift state of fear, okay? Like you're fighting against something. Okay, so when you exercise your muscles and things of that nature, all right, that's your body. You know what I'm saying? Like your muscles are muscle fibers tearing up, and then what, you're refueling it with all different types of nutrients. Okay, protein, carbohydrates. Okay, so on and so forth. All right, and then after that day, then give it a rest. You gotta let your body rest. Okay, because if you exercising 6 days a week, because we rest on the Sabbath day, but if you exercising damn 6 days a week, without rest, then you're not giving your body a good chance to grow. Okay, so this makes a lot of sense. This makes a lot of sense, man. But that's all I wanted to get on that. Let me go ahead and jump into some scriptures. When I first saw it, I was truly fascinated, man. I was truly fascinated. I was like, wow, man. Let me get this in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3. Verse 16. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. Okay? And of course, starting with this, because as I've been, on my little journey lately and things of that nature, man, I'm trying to help my own temple so I could fix my own problems, man. Okay, I'm not just asking Yahweh to heal whatever I got going on inside of my body, all at the same time, scarfing down a fucking Big Mac or a giant cheese pizza and a Pepsi on the side. All of those things which are lawful. I'm not doing that, man. I'm really trying to help my body, man. And a lot of brothers and sisters is on that journey too. All right, I remember a while back I knew some brothers from in a South Carolina camp. They was vegans. They was vegans. And those brothers, they would definitely, like, whenever we went out, they got, no animal based products. And I just thought, I was like, wow, like that's like, for brothers to be so young and have that mindset, that's a strong mindset to have. And it honestly, it makes sense. Okay. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you. Okay. And that's another thing too, man, because, within these temples, all right, because, and let me start off by saying this, these temples are already defiled. All right, the scriptures call them chains of darkness because we're always sinning. We've done abominable things in the past. and so on and so forth, man. So these bodies are unclean. They are chains of darkness. However, when you come into this truth, being transformed by the renewing of your mind, as the scriptures say, okay, you learn to take care of it better, because what? You want to keep doing the work for Yahweh Shah, right? You still want to go out there and prophesy, all right, waking up the elect. You want to be a part of that, that waking up of the brethren. All right, you gotta learn how to take care of yourself, man. All of us do. We have to learn how to take care of ourselves. Okay? It says, verse 17, if any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. Okay, and mind you, of course, the scripture is not just talking about food. It's talking about, those spiritual abominations as well, like idol worship. Okay? Idol worship, committing adultery, all right, performing witchcraft, okay, getting piercings, and so on and so it's not just physical or nutritional, all right, it's spiritual as well. All right, we have to be working on ourselves all the time, and I'm confident that a lot of health conditions that brothers and sisters may have in this truth, man, a lot of it can get fixed with a more plant-based diet. Okay, even if you only eat meat once a week or animal products once a week. All right, that's better than, eating the shit every single day, 3 times a day. All right? And say what you want, but honestly, I think eating meat, animal products every single day is bugged out, man. All right, that's why a lot of us be so emotional and we be carnal. Oh, but it's Yahweh Shah's spirit on us, man. You can't blame it on food. No, guess what? Guess what? Yahweh Shah is giving us the food to eat. Okay, and there are times, because we still living in the flesh, all right, there are times where, the things we eat dictate, our spirit too, because we're in the flesh. We have to feed the flesh. Okay, so you gotta be mindful of what you're putting inside of your system. All right, we have to be more mindful of what we put inside of our system, man. Okay. You can't just rely on Yahweh Shah all the time, because remember, Yahweh Shah, yeah, we are his slaves. We are servants to him. Okay, but we got to remember that we're in the flesh too. So there are times where, Satan might start cutting loose and he gets a hold of us, man. Okay, which is why we sin, why we go off, why we commit iniquity. Let me get this in the book of Sirach. That's what I was thinking of. Slacky, I wasn't trying to make this video too long, but I forgot the part where I was at, where he was talking about how many days a week he work out, because I just thought that was wild, man. I just thought that was crazy. I was like, wow, here we are, think we got to exercise every damn day to get all big and strong, but no, we don't even got to work out that much. And I'm gonna close off on that. But this is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 38, verse 4 says, the Lord have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Okay, and the medicines, or the food, if you will, okay, the food that worked for that man just happens to be, a raw plant-based diet. Okay, me personally, I don't think that's going to work for me, and I once again, I have absolutely no intention of trying that. Okay, I'm still going to eat my cooked veggies. I'm still going to eat meat here and there and things of that nature, and I'm confident I'll turn out fine. All right? But that's how important, food is, man. And when you read the scriptures, it's food all throughout the scriptures, man. All right? Ezekiel 4:9, you got the Ezekiel 4:9 bread, okay? That's made with all of the ingredients therein, like spelt millet and so on and so forth, okay? It has all 9 essential amino acids, okay, to deliver nutrients throughout our bodies. Okay, you got garlic is in the scriptures, honey is in the scriptures. Okay, so you got these different foods that's in the scriptures. Okay, and that's gonna help you live a little bit longer, if you will, even here in Babylon, man. Okay. Even here in Babylon. And yes, a lot of our vegetables are sprayed with different types of pesticides and herbicides and insecticides, just toxins in general. Okay, but you got to remember, your body can fight those things off too. Okay, if you allow them to. That's why fasting is important. That's why exercise is important. Okay, but what? The medicines are in the earth, man. Okay, the medicines are in the earth. You know, it's like I wanted to get something else. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39. All right, next chapter over. Verse 25, it says, for the good are good. It says, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. It says, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. Okay, so all of these things, do we not utilize these things in our everyday lives? All right, we do. We utilize these things in our everyday lives, man, because that's what keeps us afloat. Okay, and then it says what the principal things. Let's go into the word principle real quick. Okay. Principle. Slock it. How did it spell it? Okay, it was the PAL. Principle etymology, right? Let's look up and see what principle means. It says main, principal, chief, dominant, largest, greatest, most important. Okay? So most important, man. So the most important things for our lives, it says water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All right, and the blood of the grape is what? Wine, man. Okay? But you got a lot of people out here, you know, they're just too extreme, man. All right? You can't be too extreme in this truth. All right? You got to have an equilibrium, man. You got to have some type of moderation. I'm not drinking every day like I used to. Yes, I used to drink damn near every freaking day. Okay? I also know brothers who did that as well too. Okay? There's a lot of things that I was doing in the past that I'm not doing no more. Okay? And I've been feeling a lot better, man. I've been feeling a lot stronger. You know, not just physically, but spiritually, man. All right? And I say Brakata Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because the Lord gave me a brain, so I'm gonna fucking use it. Okay? It says all these things, Sirach 39 and 27, it says all these things are for good to the godly. Okay, so the godly, Lord's willing, I'm a part of that godly. Okay, so all of those things are good for the godly, but it says what? So to the sinners, they are turned to evil. Okay, so all of those things could well be manipulated against you. Okay, so now you can say, Yahweh Shah is preserving my life. Okay, because I'm doing my best to eat healthier. I'm doing my best to eat healthier. You know, I'm doing what I got to do to stay alive, man. That's when Yahweh Shah, or the angels could, tweak certain things inside of your body so that way you stay alive for longer, man, because we're all here for a purpose. Okay, we're all here for a purpose, man. Okay? And yes, and I did make a video the other day, talk about that one individual, that advocate for John, I think his name was John McDougal, and things of that nature. He had passed away at 77, and he was on a vegan diet and things of that nature. Yes, and I still stand by it. The Lord will take you out whenever He wants to take you out. However, as long as you can help it, all right, be healthy. Okay, let me get this as well too, and then I'll close out. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 8. It says, for bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things. Okay, so here it is. So the scriptures just flat out told you that some of the carnal things, they do matter to a certain degree. And exercise is great, man. Okay, you got HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. Okay. Then you got LIIT, or low intensity interval training. Okay, you got resistance training, which that would be a part of the LIIT. Okay, you got resistance training, you got walking, that's also low intensity. Okay, you can use these things to your advantage, man. All right, because what? Bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things. Okay, so what? You got to be godly first. Okay, because you got a lot of muscle bound idiots out here in the world. Okay, who is, you know, talking about men. You got a lot of, you know, muscle bound, brolic headed, you know, buffoons out here who are just very weak in the spirit, man. All right, they got body dysmorphia. They're not confident. Okay, some of them even, you know, turn into moles. You know, so that just comes to show that it don't matter how, you know, big and strong and brolic you is, man. If you're not right, you know, in your spirit, then you ain't right at all. Okay, it says, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is, and of that which is to come. Okay, so there you go, man. All right, having promise of the life that now is. So these things are godliness and bodily exercise. All right, they're relevant in this life right now as well too. They're relevant right now, and they're going to be relevant in the life to come, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. Where Israel, we're going to be ruling over, you know, the earth and many earths. Okay, there's a scripture saying, "My Father's house are many mansions." All right, so we gonna know how to eat a lot better in the kingdom. We ain't gonna have no damn herbicides and pesticides and all that other toxic, you know, nonsense. Okay, we're gonna have everything perfect in the kingdom, man. But for right now, just do the best that you could do, man. Just do the absolute best that you could do, and Yahweh Shah is gonna help you out, you know, from then on. With that being said, Lord's willing, this was edifying. Shalom.